In this lesson, we're going to look at solving rational equations. So there's two methods that you can use. I prefer the cross multiply and divide method. But the problem is you can't do that if you have addition or subtraction. So we can only do that with two equal fractions. This first example does have two equal fractions. So if we look at the left side of the equal sign, it's a fraction, and the right side is a fraction. So we can use cross multiplication. Let me make that a little better. And remember that our expressions are going to have to be in parentheses, which means we have to distribute. One of the common mistakes. And so if we cross multiply, we have 3 times 2m plus 1 on the left, and that's going to equal 7 times m minus 8 on the right. And then distribute. So we get 6m plus 3 equals 7m minus 56. And then subtract 6m from both sides and add 56 to both sides. This leaves us with m equals 59. And then make sure that you check for extraneous solutions. So in this one, m cannot equal 8 or negative 1/2. And that isn't the answer that we get, so we're good with m equals 59. In the second example, you'll see that on the left side of the equation, we have two fractions that are subtracted. So we can't do cross multiplication yet. We have to rewrite this left side with a common denominator, which is what we reviewed in our previous video. So my LCD for the left side is going to be 3x. And so I can actually eliminate the fraction if I look at all three fractions, which makes it a little simpler because you can eliminate the fraction in one step. So what I prefer to do for these is to look for the least common denominator for all of them, okay? And so 3 goes into 6, and so 6x would actually be my least common denominator. So we're just going to distribute 6x to all of the terms in our equation. So 6x divided by 3x is 2x. So we're going to take 2x times 4, which is 8x. 6x divided by x is 6, and 6 times 7 is 42. And 6x divided by 6 is x, and x times 1 is just x. So all I did was distribute that and simplify. We can subtract our 8x from the others from both sides, and we get negative 7x. Divide by negative 7, and we get x equals 6. Notice up above, we have to check. We have fractions, so we always have to check for those extraneous solutions. The only x I have is x in the denominator by itself, so x cannot equal 0. So that means my x equals 6 solution is a good solution. Okay, same thing over here. Again, if you want to combine the left side into a single fraction and cross multiply and divide, you can. I'm going to take the simpler route and just distribute my LCD. I know that b squared minus 4, let's see, if I can rewrite this as a b plus 2 and b minus 2, which means that is going to be my LCD because I have a b minus 2 over here. Okay, notice my b minus 2's on the left are going to cancel, so I'm going to have b squared plus 2b. You can certainly write this out in an extra step if you would like. Plus, and then I'm going to distribute or multiply this by my 2. So I have to be careful. This is b squared minus 4. So it's going to be 2 times this. So it's going to be 2b squared minus 8. And that's going to equal just 8 on this side because my LCD is already there. Okay, so then we can combine our terms. We have 3b squared plus 2b minus 16 equals 0. And then we can factor. So I know that this is going to be a 3b and a b. Now I have to look at my factors of 16. Okay, so those are going to be 1 and 16. I know that's going to be too big. I have 2 and 8 or 8 and 2 that I'm looking at filling in here. They need to subtract so that I end up with a positive 2. So if I take 3 times 2, I get 6. And if I make that negative and the 8 positive, then when I FOIL, it'll end up correctly. So if we set each of these equal to 0, that means that B could equal negative 8/3, or it could equal positive 2. Extraneous solutions, go back up to your numerator, and I see for both of these, B cannot equal positive 2 or negative 2. Okay, so that means this solution of 2 we have to eliminate. So the only real solution, get some more room down here, that we have is for B to equal negative 8/3. And then we're done. Okay, this other side, let's go ahead and factor this and see what this breaks down into. So we're going to have S and S, and it looks like it's going to be a -5 and a +2. And notice that's what I have over here as well. Okay, so again, I'm just going to distribute by my LCD. So times S -5 times S +2. So over on this first set, I'm missing the S +2. I'll go ahead and write it out this time, you guys, so that you can see. Also, this minus sign has to be distributed. So if we write it out, it makes it a little easier to remember to distribute the negative. So if we cancel the S +2s here, I have an S, -5. And that is going to equal my 47. Okay, let's simplify this side. We get S squared plus 2S minus S plus 5 equals 47. So S squared plus S plus 5. Oh, let's go ahead and move, let's see, minus S. Whew, goodness, be careful, guys. This is an S, and this is a 5. So we're going to subtract our 47 from both sides. There we go. Okay, and that'll give us a -42 equals 0, and now we can factor. So we have an S and an S. I know I need a plus and a minus because of minus sign here, and 6 and 7 are 1 apart, so we're going to make the 7 the plus and 6 the minus. So S could equal a -7 or a +6. And let's check our extraneous solutions. S cannot equal 5, and it cannot equal -2. And that isn't either one of those answers. So we are good with -7 and 6.